Welcome back, guys, to another War Thunder video. Today I'll be showing you some gameplay and a review on the KV-1B, a tier 3 German premium tank in arcade battle modes. Now we're playing on the map Eastern Europe, and it seems we've been put with people around the same level as we are, so it's not too bad. And as you can see, the speed on this thing is not bad at all. For a KV-1, it's decent, I guess. Considering it has the extra plates and a bigger turret, it's not bad. Now I'm sure you guys are familiar, if you're on the PC version, if you follow War Thunder, their page, that you guys know that update 1.57 is coming out really soon. Not sure when. And I'd actually like to discuss a little bit about that in this video. So 1.57 is going to bring a lot of good stuff to the game, especially tanks like the T-44-100 and the Super Pershing are two tanks I'm looking forward to a lot. I don't know much about the planes because I don't really use them, but I guess there's some good ones there too, I'm not sure. Now there's kind of a rumor going around, not really a rumor, but sort of a thing where, since you've seen the preview of, or not preview, but the kind of a clip scene of the Chieftain at the end of the trailer, people are sort of speculating that in the future updates that they may possibly add another battle tier, and they may actually extend the War Thunder tech tree to a 6th tier, which would be post-war tanks, so Vietnam, that sort of stuff, which would be nice to add to the game. So I could see it being a positive thing. I mean, they've already gone post-war with many tanks, so I think it's just fair, especially the Chieftain coming out, that they would add that. I'm just going to back up here. I don't like how this is unfolding, so we're just going to pull out. Now, personally, I'm not much of a British tank fan. Just don't really like how they are. But from what I've heard and what I've seen, the Chieftain's have really good tanks. So, I mean, it's good to know that there's more tanks being added to the game that are nice, but I mean, some tanks, like the T-44-100 and that sort of stuff, I'm not exactly sure why they're adding it, because, I mean, this game is... I'm gonna say mostly based around real tanks that were, I think, were mass-produced to a certain extent. And tanks like the T-44-100 they're only made 2, I believe, and they weren't very successful, so I'm not entirely sure why they're adding it to the game. I thought it'd be a premium personally, but I mean, who cares? It's a sweet tank, right? We're just getting shot up there as one of our fellow comrades. Some lag there. Oh, that's the thing with the IS-1. I find one reason why I'm not a huge fan of it is for that reason exactly. The hull armor on that thing is unbelievably thin, considering, you know, that level. And as you can see there, I just one-shotted that, and that did nothing apparently. So that was a bit of a lucky shot there we just took. So right now we have 3 kills, which isn't bad, especially since that this is kind of a higher level for this tank to play at, so it's actually doing quite nice. Now, unfortunately, that one shot we took to our turret kind of handicapped us, so if that hadn't have happened, who knows how many more kills we could have gotten. So we're just going to switch to APCR rounds here because we're not able to crack through the Tiger's armor with those standard shells. So we're going to have to move up. Now they seem to be oblivious to the fact that we're here, which is sort of surprising, but whatever. They got us, we got them. Bomber takes them out. Alright, let's take a look at this tank. So to start off, the armor. So, coming from the name KV-1B, it's basically an up-armored KV-1 with a German turret. So, as you can expect, the hull for the lower plate is 75 millimeters at a slope of 26 degrees, and then on top of that there's a plate of 25 millimeters at a 27 degree slope. So your lower plate's actually quite thick if you aim in the upper portion of that. Now this midsection here is only 40 millimeters, but considering the angle, you're probably going to bounce a lot of shots off that regardless. Moving up to the upper plate, it's 75 millimeters thick with a slope of 31 degrees. Now this is where most of the frontal shots from your hull will kill you, is right through this machine gun port, or right through this viewport right here, because the armor at tier 3 is not that great. And then on top of that you have another plate of 25 millimeters thick at an armored degree at 30 degrees. Moving on to the side is just plain 75 millimeters, so same as the KV-1 with no slope. Lower part of the rear is 70 millimeters at a slope of 14 degrees. The upper part is 60 millimeters, 31 degrees. Roof is 30 millimeters at a 90 degree slope. Moving on to the turret. The front of the actually all around the turret is 105 millimeters with various slopes, so it's actually quite thick, and the commander's hatch is only 50, so a lot of shots will be penetrating through that hatch, as well as this part here just around the gun is only 50 millimeters. So most of the shots that are going to kill you, they're either going to come through this front part we already discussed, or they're going to come through this part of the turret / the commander's hatch. Let's take a look at the X-ray. So the positioning in this tank is similar to the KV-1. So you got fuel tanks pretty much in the side, so if you shoot in the side, it's going to light up. Ammo is underneath the turret and in the turret, with a few rounds stored on the left side towards the front. You got a 3-man crew in the turret with 2 driving. So easy way to kill this tank: aim for the back of the turret, you hit its ammo, or if you aim here, you're going to kill all 3 guys regardless, so aim for the turret's a safe bet. Let's check out the modifications. So this round, the PZGR39 gets around 136 millimeters of penetration, so it's not bad. This heat round gets around 80 millimeters, but I've never really used this round because I don't find it to be quite effective. This APCR round's got good penetration, 177 millimeters. However, it doesn't do a lot of damage, and you'll most likely basically have to try to snipe each crew member if you're trying to kill them. And then, last but not least, there's the high explosive round with 12 millimeters of penetration. And I rarely use this round at all. because it has very low. It's not a very good round for this tank. I recommend probably the armor pierced cap ballistic cap shell, because if you manage to penetrate your target, you're going to do a reasonable amount of damage. Let's go over some other characteristics. Rotation speed 8.4 degrees a second. Vertical guidance is -6 and 25 degrees. Reload rate is 7.6 seconds, not too bad. We already went over the armor. Armor penetration kind of goes with the rounds. Mass 47.5 tons. Engine power 550 horsepower. Speed 41 kilometers an hour. Maximum inclination is 38 degrees. Visibility is 100%. Now this tank's not fantastic for its armor, but it has a good research bonus. So it has a 196% research bonus, plus having that 120% extra reward bonus. So that's quite handy for this tank. Tips when you're playing this tank, you could play as a brawler, but unfortunately other tanks, if you take a look, other tanks at tier 3 level, such as tigers, because you do fight tigers, surprisingly, even though you're only a 5.3, battle rate is a 5.7, so you do fight tigers, as well as you fight IS-1s. Not sure if you fight IS-2s, but you might. And for the American line, you fight the jumbos. So you really got to be careful for the armor on this tank. It's definitely not fantastic. The gun does provide, but it's not, again, it's not amazing. The main bonus of this tank, I'd say, is the credits. And it is a fun tank to play. You will find yourself, if you angle correctly, so I'd say this angle here for your hull, you will bounce a lot of shots. Because most likely if they shoot it, they're going to hit this, or even if they hit that, won't do a ridiculous amount of damage. Your front plate, they're probably going to bounce. So overall, this is a good angle if you're trying to angle your tank. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, or if you want to suggest videos in the future, just leave a comment in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Next week I'll be doing a World of Tanks review on the AT7. So I'll see you guys then, and take care.